Welcome to X to Interact.
Hey there, welcome to episode 55 of X to Interact.
X to Interact.
Today we got me, your host Gaff, and also Eric and Sam. Make sure to follow us on all the appropriate podcast platforms to catch our episodes every Tuesday. Subscribe to our YouTube channel where we upload the podcast in video form, and also make sure to look at or follow our TikTok where we post or try to post shorts and other forms of content there. Today, we're going to be celebrating Mother's Day, which is a day where if you got a mother in your life who loves and cares for you, then, it's a day, it's all about them. And we're going to be celebrating all the amazing, or maybe not amazing, video game mothers that exist in video game history. And also, if you don't got a mother in your life and you have some other parental figure, that's okay too. Celebrate whoever's in your family.
Now, Gaff,
Yes.
I have a question. Is Mother's Day the same day in Canada, or is there a Canadian Mother's Day that's like a month earlier, like Thanksgiving?
Mother's Day is also this weekend, yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. It's an international holiday.
I'm not fake. I'm not being fake here. But before we get into all the Mother's Day stuff, let's talk about Crossplay. Guys, what have you been playing this week? Let's start with Eric. I feel like he said he doesn't have much to...
Why me? Sam hasn't been in here a while. Why don't we start with him? He's got a lot to say.
Fine, I'll start.
We'll get Sam out of the way.
All right, so get me out of the way. Sweep me under the rug. So I've been playing more MLB The Show. I've actually dug into the Diamond Dynasty, which is like this online mode. There are single player modes within it, but it's like it's got a battle pass. It's really cool. You unlock different player cards and you build your team. And there's a bunch of different single player modes. There's one called Conquest, which is kind of like Risk, where you like spread across the map and play mini baseball games, and try to win, obviously. So that's been a lot of fun. And season 1, I guess, if you want to call it, is already over. It's like, I think it was just the first month. And they're already on to the second battle pass, and it's like only 3 weeks, except it requires way more XP to like complete. So that's ridiculous. And it doesn't I don't know. I don't like the modes that you get more XP from for this season. So I'll probably kind of skip out on this battle pass and wait for the next one. But yeah, that's been a lot of fun. Still enjoying that. I also have been playing more Lego Star Wars. Got back to streaming that this past week after a break for a while. I still think it's a good game. It's fun. There's a lot of stuff they just kind of skip over. I'm like, why? Why are they skipping this over? This is supposed to be the definitive Lego Star Wars. Doesn't feel like that. Yeah, it's fun. I can't wait. I finished episode 8 on Wednesday, so I have one more episode of story to beat, and then from there it'll just be replaying a few levels and going around all the hubs and collecting things, which will be very fun.
Has your score for Lego Star Wars changed over time? Or do you think it's still as good as when you first said it was?
I think it's pretty consistent. I don't think it's gotten... I mean, I think I love the original trilogy, obviously, a little more than the prequels, but I think they did a good job of like making fun of themselves a lot. Well, not making fun of themselves because they didn't really make Star Wars, but making fun of Star Wars throughout. So they make fun of the blue milk. Although there's a part where you get milk for Luke, and the jug of milk you get is green, and I was really confused. I thought I was gonna get it, and he was gonna be like, "This is fucking green, not blue." And no, he just took it and was like, "What the fuck?" Unless it was just my eyesight was distorting the color, but that was weird. But yeah, it makes fun of itself. throughout. I think it's pretty like consistent. I don't think there's really like ups and downs. It's pretty much, you know, pretty consistent pretty consistent Lego game. There's nothing that's happened where I'm like, oh man, this completely changed my view on it. Other than those two, I started Xenoblade 2. Have not gotten very far into it. Because man, they like in the first game, I like rarely ran into this problem. Like it happened every now and then where like high level enemies would just like fucking come after your ass, like can get you. And there was like nothing you could do about it. Well, not nothing, but like it was very hard to avoid them. In this game, they up the ante. These fuckers will come across the entire goddamn map to find you, it seems like. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like, I'm in the first area. Why are there enemies that are level like 90 just roaming around, hunting me down and ending my life? Like,
The Xenoblade tradition.
I just want to get to the next area. Like, that's all I want. Because outside of that, I've really enjoyed it so far. I like the combat a lot. I think there's some really interesting stuff with all the combos you can do, all the different abilities. It kind of actually reminds me a little bit of Scarlet Nexus with that, with the elemental like ability combos and stuff. So I like the combat. I think I like. Now this is gonna sound stupid because I can't remember his fucking name. Rex. I think I like. That's his name.
Yeah.
I think I like Rex more than I like Shulk. Shulk himself was kind of boring. Like all the other characters were interesting, but Shulk himself was kind of like, just a generic like kind of not lifeless, but kind of boring character. I think Rex has a little bit more personality to him. He's got like a fucking Scottish accent or some shit, Irish accent. I don't know which one, but pretty cool.
That's all it takes.
What's that? Yeah. So I like Rex a lot. I have Pyra. I don't know where this Mithra chick is yet. I don't know where she is yet, but I have Pyra. And then who's the other chick with the fucking lion? I can't remember the names.
Nia?
I'm so bad at remembering names. Yeah, Nia and it starts with a D, right?
Dromark, yeah, the lot.
Yeah, Dromark. Yeah, dude. Dromark? Come on. Dromark's a badass. Dromark's a little fucking badass tiger lion thing. So yeah, really enjoying that. I like the world. But the thing is, I think this game just throws so much at you immediately. Which is like pretty common for fucking JRPGs, but it just throws so much at you immediately and like doesn't explain a lot of it. And I feel like the first game did a lot better of introducing you to this world and kind of easing you into it throughout. Like, obviously, they're throwing weird, like, crazy shit at you, but they're not doing it all at fucking one. Like, I feel like they introduce you to the world a little bit better in that game before they start just throwing wild shit at you. But I've enjoyed it so far. I just need to figure out how to get out of the first area without getting attacked by a fucking level 87 bird or whatever. So we'll figure that out, and I'll get past it, and I'm sure I'll enjoy the game. And then the last two games, one I've beaten, one I'm probably more than halfway done with, a little bit over halfway. I beat Gears of War 2. I played the whole thing since the last episode. Because I was really bummed that I missed the one episode right before I beat it, because it's like, I want to talk about this. But yeah, played Gears of War 2. This series is incredible. This is one of my favorite video game series now.
Yeah.
And I played the fourth one, which was my first Gears game last year, I think, or maybe 2 years ago. I can't even remember. Time is a flat circle. So yeah, Gears 2, great game. I think so far, my rankings after playing Gears 2, I've obviously started Gears 3 is the other game that I was talking about, but I haven't beaten that one, so I won't rank it. But I have gotten to the moment where my boy Dom dies.
Dumb.
And holy shit, that was a moment.
Yeah, man, that's rough.
Fucking chills. Jesus Christ. That was great. Really, I love the fucking Mad World played in the background after he died or when he's dying. That's good shit. But I think my rankings so far for the Gears franchise are Gears 4, definitely the worst one of the ones I played.
Yeah, no surprise.
Still good. Still liked it. Just main character's kind of boring, generic, like white dude.
They just don't compare.
Yeah, while the other characters are a little bit more exciting. Like I don't know. He seems like a whiny little kid. And then so Gears 4 I think is my least favorite so far. And then I would say Gears 2.
Interesting. Whoa.
And then Gears 5. And my favorite one so far is the original Gears of War.
Whoa.
Yeah,
It's common.
really liked it. I think the AI is piss poor because it's just an old game, but like you can't do anything about that. But I think the level design in Gears 1 is just so interesting. And I think they kind of try to repeat themselves a little bit just within different like environmental effects. But I think Gears 1 does it the best. I think there's a level where you're like avoiding ice shards falling from the sky. That's fucking sick. Or wait, no, is that the second one? That might be the second one. But there's a level where you're in the dark, and that shit's cool. And if you step out of the light, you start getting attacked by these little flying things that will eat you. I can't remember what they're called. Krill, Kiln,
Maybe Krill,
something like that.
Yeah, Gears oddly has these like scary horror like moments.
Yeah,
just like sprinkled throughout.
Yeah. I think Gears 2, you like go through a dark ass tunnel fighting the things that blow up.
Oh yeah.
That run at you and blow up. That part's really cool. Yeah. So like
one of them has you go through this like factory. It's like abandoned factory.
So yeah, Gears.
Gears 1 and 2 blended together in my head at this point.
I think it's Gears. So Gears 3, you go into a factory for that have those things, and it reminded me of the fucking droid factory from
Attack of the Clones.
From Attack of the Clones. So that was cool. Yeah, I think Gears 1 definitely my favorite. I think the train section at the end of Gears 1 is also sick.
Yeah, that boss is something too.
Yeah, it's fucking tough. That's definitely the hardest boss I think so far in the franchise. There's one in Gears 5 that's kind of hard, but yeah, Gears 1 I think is definitely my favorite so far. Just I think it does such a good job of introducing you to the world and all the characters. Man, this fucking family though, the Carmine family, they can't fucking catch a break.
That's the thing.
They cannot catch a break.
They work out better in Gears 5. They're lucky around.
That's true. Yeah, I think Gears 1 just edges out Gears 5. Gears 5 is absolutely incredible. That game is great.
Finally, some respect on Gears 5.
Yeah, this franchise is incredible. It's just insane. I'm very happy I started playing. It's crazy that I like just discovered this super unknown franchise and it brought it to light in the past couple of years. But yeah, it's kind of crazy that I would I've been gaming for a long time and I finally got to this franchise and it's quickly become one of my favorites. So, but that's all I have for Crossplay. It's all I've been playing.
Excellent. Eric, tossing it over to you. What do you got?
Besides the usual Final Fantasy 14, yada yada, I've been playing. I started Death's Door on Game Pass. And I just beat the last time I played, I beat the Frog King dude, which his title popped up and it just kept going and going and going and going.
Oh yeah. God.
But
what did you think of that boss?
Easy.
Yeah.
A lot easier than the Earn Witch or whatever her name was.
Did you do it first try?
Yeah, I did it first try.
Same. Yeah, the Earn Witch is pretty tough. once you figure out the trick with her, she kind of gets a little easy. But
yeah, I've been playing that. It's like I think it's basically like what everyone else has been saying about it. It's like a Zelda game, like a old school Zelda game, top down. Definitely a lot harder, that's for sure. I don't know. It's fun. It's great so far. I need to put more time into it. I haven't played since like Tuesday, I think, or something like that. I don't remember, but I need to get back more into it. I need to find more of those like the shards that give you more health, because I haven't upgraded that at all yet.
Nah, dude, I never upgraded. I beat the game without upgrading health or stamina.
And yeah, I have no upgrades so far. The only upgrade I have so far right now is like the fire ability upgrade. That's about it.
Okay, yeah. I definitely advise probably upgrading your health, because it was a pain in the ass only having 4 hits or whatever.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, the next boss is fucking obnoxious, but
yeah,
I'll have you know.
Yeah,
not like, I don't know. Just
I feel like I've been needing like a break from like AAA gaming like recently, because I've just been like, I've been just like trying to figure out what to play, and like I have not been like in the mood to play anything so far, and so like I picked up Death's Door, and I was like, you know what, let me just start this. Maybe this will hit better for me, and it is so far, and it's really tough and seems to be pretty short. I'm like I believe it's only like the 4 bosses. I don't know what's after the 4 bosses, probably the final boss or whatever. But
wait, 4 bosses?
Like the 4 main? No, sorry, the 3 main bosses. Then I think there's probably like a 4th final boss probably or something. Don't spoil it for me.
Something.
I mean, the fucking big crow is like, yeah, I'm gonna steal that soul you just fucking did, and then then you're gonna open this Death's Door for me. I'm like, okay, sure, why not?
There's definitely more after the next boss, but
yeah, but I looked up on like
not much more.
how long to beat. It's like a pretty quick game, like 9 hours or whatever.
Yeah. It's not long.
Yeah, so I'm glad for that. What I'll play after that, who the hell knows? But I want to finish that, get some more indies under my belt. Maybe Tunic, like you guys said, like apparently that's like hard as well and stuff. But
yeah, Tunic's like Death's Door is always hard. Like even when you're fighting all the minions and shit.
Yeah,
I feel like Tunic is really only hard when you're fighting the bosses.
Okay.
Like when you're just kind of exploring, it's really not that hard. There's a few like areas where it's like can get hard with when you're outside of a boss, but yeah, the hardest parts of Tunic are definitely the bosses.
I mean, that's kind of like how it is for Death's Door a little bit. Most of the mobs are easy. The only part that was like, well, I don't want to say the only part, but like a part that was like really tough was like leading up to the Frog King's castle, where you have like this entire gauntlet of enemies you have to go through. Yeah. And that was like pretty long. I was like, damn, I only have 4 hits and I have to get through all these things with like the flower bases like sporadically throughout. I'm like, damn, this is getting kind of tough.
Yeah, Tunic doesn't have any of those areas where like the wall goes up and you have to be stuck in a one area and fight like a waves of enemies. Like Tunic doesn't have that.
Okay.
So yeah.
But yeah, Death's Door controls are pretty simple. You know, like I'm playing on the Xbox, so like I believe it's A to dodge, X2 normal attack, right trigger for heavy attack and stuff like. It's very basic compared to like, I say Zelda or whatever. It looks like you only have like 4 pieces of magic. You get the bow and arrow to start with, the fire. I got the bomb. I believe the hook shot is next, just because that's what the achievements are saying. So stuff like that. It might be. But yeah, and then you have like when you have like I guess it's called souls. I forget. It's like Dark Souls, where you kill an enemy, you get like currency, and then you can spend that currency to get like upgrades or whatever for normally. And then like Zelda, they have like the heart containers and like the magic crystals or whatever that allows you to get more health and more magic. I have not upgraded those at all because I have not found those at all. So I mean, I found a few, but not enough to upgrade my health. So
yeah,
but like I kind of feel like you don't need it. I think it's just probably better like so it helps make the game easier. But like I've been through 2 main bosses so far. I haven't needed it. So.
Yeah, you don't need it. Like I beat it without it. So like you definitely do not need it. But obviously would help. I think a lot of that stuff, like exploring wise, finding extras and stuff like that, is for the end game. But yeah, once you have the hook shot, it becomes, you can pretty much explore everything.
Yeah. Story, I mean, it's like kind of basic. You're a crow, reaper. There is like some weird thing going on, like where there's like some notebooks around like the main headquarters that like tells you like, oh, they've closed off the doors to the other areas because management in the top said so. I'm like trying to wonder like what's going on with that, because the Earn Witch is also like, oh, you might not like what I'm doing, but I was hired by your higher ups as well. So I'm like, huh, interesting. Probably not like a mind blowing story, but it's like a little bit like a little bit of a carrot on the stick where you're trying to figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Also, but yeah, that's just basically what I've been playing. Death's Door. That's about it.
All right, thank you for that. As for me, the usual, but with a little bit of extra spice, because Halo has entered season 2 officially, and with season 2 we get 2 new maps, no new weapons, um, a little bit of balance changes that not everyone likes, uh, and a handful of new game modes, which are actually pretty fun. So we get Last Spartan Standing, which is not the battle royale that Certain Infinity is working on, but it's like a good in between. It's 12-player free for all. You're on this what is seemingly a really big map, but you end up bumping into other people a lot. Um, what? So what happens is all 12 of you go around and you all start with like a really like basic loadout, and the more people you kill, the better guns the game will give you because you level up and stuff. And when someone dies permanently, that person can also drop out and quit without any penalty. And then when that happens, they drop this orb of EXP that you can try to obtain, and obviously that will leave you vulnerable to other people trying to kill you. It's really good. I'm really shit at it. I've never gone further than, I don't know how many levels there are, but I've gone to like level 5 or something, and then I always die. Well, it's amazed when other people, like, how do people win battle royales? I don't know.
So it is a battle royale though, right?
It's like a baby battle royale. Maybe I'm assuming they'll be even more ambitious for with whatever mode that they're cooking up,
Mm-hmm.
behind the scenes. And like the circle, like I haven't even encountered the closing circle yet because I always die too fast. Um, but I assume it's more of a thing for more higher level players. Um, Eric, what do you got? Did you have something to say about Last One Standing?
Oh no, I was mentioning earlier that you mentioned like about the map. Isn't it just a big team battle map like the new one?
I'm not. I haven't played too much Big Team Battle to even see. I don't even know, but it doesn't feel like it's designed for Big Team Battle. It doesn't feel like it's 3 lanes. It's a lot more open with a lot of like verticality and intersection. I could be wrong though. Maybe I just need to play more Big Team Battle.
Hmm.
It's a good map. Um, so that's all fun, but the issue with Last Spartan Standing is the challenges. 243, they kind of dropped the ball a little bit again, where some challenges will ask you to complete 2 Last Spartan Standings, 3 Last Spartan Standings, whatever. And even though the game tells you can quit without penalty once you die,
Oh,
sometimes it doesn't. Now they say they fixed it. I trust that they fixed it, but man, that was annoying on the first days when season 2 started. As usual. um, Other than that, the other new map for a regular 4v4, that's really good. It's a very long map, with 3 very long lanes, and there's ground level, upper level, basement level. It's really good, and the aesthetic of it is like Forerunner architecture is really good. The new game modes. So they have Rumble Pit now, which is free for all mixed with Fiesta. So it's free for all, but with a bunch of goofy game modes. For example, you have just regular free for all Fiesta. You also have a game mode called Ninja, I believe, which everyone has a sword and a grappling hook. And I think there's volleyball as well, which is rocket launchers and repulsors. So that's all fun and good. Um, and they also got King of the Hill, finally, which is it's a Halo staple. It's very fun. They revamped it just a tiny bit, and it's very good. And I mean, I could gripe about how melee they turned down the melee damage for all the guns, which is it gives the game a whole different vibe and flow. I don't know if I fully click with that, but I won't get into the nitty gritty of that. But overall, I'm enjoying Halo Season 2. We got a new battle pass. I'm getting 100%, and they got new events, and they're gonna eliminate the whole core system for the customization. I can't wait for that.
Oh, they are nice.
Yeah, it's gonna take some time though, unfortunately, but
Yeah.
they're working on it. And in August, we are getting a co-op campaign. So I will patiently wait for that.
Almost a year after
Yep.
the release. That's crazy.
Not even split screen co-op. It's only online co-op, which doesn't help me
What?
in my scenario.
What?
Split,
What?
split screen co-op is planned for later.
Jeez. Oh my god. That's crazy. Like, why are companies releasing unfinished games? It's so annoying. Ugh, whatever.
Yeah, if they delayed it another 2 years, it wouldn't have been finished. So
Yeah. Apparently.
good grief. Okay.
I did re-download Halo.
Oh, interesting.
Mostly because, in case anybody in the Discord was like, "Yo, I want to play Halo," I don't want. I have FOMO. All right, I don't want to miss it. I don't want to be the only one not playing Halo. So I have it on there as an emergency situation. If I'm ever bored and someone calls me to step up into those big, beautiful Spartan boots and helmet, I'll be there.
Thank you. I wanted to
Maybe.
play last night, but the entirety of Xbox was down last
Oh,
night.
really?
Couldn't play any digital games. That was annoying.
Wow, I'm glad I bought Deep Rock Galactic on Steam because I was playing that with my friend yesterday. And we've been playing on Xbox, but his Game Pass subscription is expired and he didn't want to re-up it, so I was like, yo, it's half off on Steam, I'll just buy it on Steam.
Nice.
So.
Dodged a bullet there.
Yeah.
So
I forgot about Steam. That game rules. You should play it.
And in other news, Master Duel, some new cards and packs are coming out on Monday. Some really meta warping cards that are arguably going to make the game worse, but I'm going to enjoy them because I've been really waiting for these cards. Yeah, only I care about that, but I understand. Anyways, moving on to the topic at hand, Mother's Day. So just like in real life, mothers are very important to all our heroes and heroines and antagonists and villains in video games as well. There have been many of them, some of them good, some of them bad, because they're all human. Right? And each of us are going to talk about our favorite video game mothers in honor of Mother's Day. Okay, I'm going to start the bar low and to make it easy for you. The mother I'm nominating is Dr. Catherine Halsey from Halo, the Halo series. Now, she is a biological mother. She's a mother to Miranda Keyes, but she hates her. Like, they hate each other, so it's okay.
Awesome.
The more important motherly relationship I want to talk about is her and the Spartan program. Catherine Halsey, she devised this program because she's a sociopathic monster. She kidnapped 75 children. She wanted to kidnap 150 children, but didn't have the budget.
Didn't have the budget to kidnap children.
Kidnapped them and raised them. They didn't have enough room and board. They kidnapped them, replaced them with flash clones that would die shortly after of natural causes to give the parents closure for their missing children, at least. Took these kids, indoctrinated them, trained them under the most horrible and brutal circumstances, and then those that survive biologically augmented them and ended up killing another half of the 75, and then forced them to fight a war against terrorists, human terrorists that did not want to follow the UNSC regime. And then it was only after that the Covenant showed up. It was very convenient that she had these this group of super soldiers that could fight these alien invaders, and then she ended up looking like the hero for a bit. Then they got on her ass after because they realized what she did was really fucked up. But for a minute, she was a hero. and everyone hates her. The UNSC, Oni, everyone, they all hate Halsey. But the Spartans, they see her as their mom because for all intents and purposes, she oversaw their training since everyone was 5 years old, and the Spartans they have a lot of difficulty disclosing their emotions to each other, bonding with other soldiers and stuff. But if there's one person that they can be down to earth with, it's Halsey. Oh, and also she made Cortana, and Cortana she's a really good AI, and she saved the whole galaxy with Master Chief. So Halsey, she's done some things right. So that's my nomination for Mother of the Year.
Mother of the Year.
Only Gaff could fit Halo into this fucking topic. That's great. No, I am gonna keep talking about this damn game until Eric plays it because I will not rest. In Ni no Kuni,
Oh, okay.
the main character's name is Oliver, Ollie boy, Oliver, and his mom is in it for like all of 5 seconds. Spoiler alert: for the very beginning of Ni no Kuni, she dies, and saving him. So yeah, that's some good shit right there. And yeah, the whole game is pretty much the fallout of her death.
That's it.
And, I mean, bro, she literally died saving her kid. Like she made the ultimate sacrifice. All right. Did she know she was gonna die when she did it? Who knows? But she didn't give a fuck. She went out there and saved her son. So, I think she's probably the best mother. Not many mothers out there die for their kids in video games. That's all I'm saying.
So even after her death, her presence is still felt throughout the game.
Yeah, and there's I think flashbacks and shit. So, yeah, her presence is definitely felt throughout the whole game. So, it's like the kindling that started the fire of Oliver's adventure into the land of. I'm just gonna call it the land of Ni no Kuni because I do not remember what the world is called.
Great game.
It is a fantastic game, and Eric should play it.
All right, Eric, what do you have? I'm sure there's been many mothers in some Final Fantasy game somewhere.
Sure is. Should I tell him now?
If you say the one, I think.
Which one do you think I'm going to say?
I mean, the one from the only Final Fantasy game I played. So.
Well, maybe I don't know. I have two from that, so I guess I'll say the first one. I don't even know how you pronounce her name because I forgot. It's been long since I played the game, but Elmira Gainsborough, which is Aerith's adopted mom. No, I know who you're thinking of. We'll get to that one later. That's a doozy of a mom right there. But so I don't even know how far to go into this. I don't know how much spoilers there is for this, but
it's been long enough.
Aerith's biological mom died, and like when she was a young kid or whatever, and like Elmira basically like found her like almost dead at the train station or whatever, and then Aerith's mom told her to keep her safe, then dies, and so like throughout the entirety of like Final Fantasy VII, like she basically adopts Aerith as like her mother or whatever, and then like during the game, like when Sector 7 plate is collapsing, after Aerith saves Marlene, who is Barrett's adopted daughter, she takes her to Elmira and basically started taking care of Marlene too, and so like she's a bang ass mom for taking care of not like two adoptive kids. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, shout out to her. Badass, yeah. She told Cloud to leave because she didn't want anything to do with him, but you know.
Yep.
Damn. What
Eric-
did he do wrong?
Because he's a soldier boy.
Oh, okay.
You.
Not that kind of Soldier Boy, but I do believe she says Soldier Boy, or someone says Soldier Boy in the game.
I'm pretty sure the term Soldier Boy is said multiple times in the remake for sure. So, but I mean, I guess I've played through that part in the original, but because it's pretty quick. But
yeah, shout out to her. I got another Final Fantasy VII one later on though.
And she sets up her damn house like a fucking death trap to get out of it without making without making noise.
My God,
that part's great. Go on with your other Final Fantasy one.
All right, hold on. I had like the pages pulled up. Let me go back to that real quick. Hold up.
I'm pretty sure I know who you're referring to.
Yes, starts with a J.
Yeah.
we got Genova from Final Fantasy VII, who is basically kind of like the real villain if you played Final Fantasy VII, and like Genova is like a fucking weird space alien thingy that fucking Hojo injects people with her cells and they go fucking crazy, and she basically manipulates everyone who are injected with those cells, and kind of manipulates Sephiroth to fucking doing all kinds of crazy shit. Like he was born via Genova. Like I don't know how the fucking remake is gonna go into it, but like when Sephiroth was like a fucking baby in a womb, his actual mom was injected with Genova cells and shit, and like because of that he becomes like a fucking superhuman kind of with like all these fucking powers and shit. And then one day when like he's doing like a fucking reconnaissance mission, I don't even know he was doing a mission or whatever to Cloud's hometown where there was a Mako reactor containing Genova, and like he went fucking crazy. He burned down the entire town, and he went crazy, like knowing that he wasn't actually like born from a real mother. He was born from a fucking crazy ass alien, even though it's not true. Like Genova is the fucking reason that fucking all this shit in Final Fantasy VII happens, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And shit gets crazy.
Hell of a mom.
Hell of a mom,
hell of a boss fight.
Yes, there's more for that to happen. Along I'm going to say.
Nice. I want to give a special shout out to a couple of moms. One is the Big Bird in Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Have either of you played it?
I started. Is that I started the first one.
There's like, or not even Will of the Wisp, but she's like the kind of like the antagonist in the first one. Like she's the big monster bird that you think is like being bad for the sake of being bad, but no, she's protecting her little clutch of eggs. Because I guess she's like, and because she's a monster, when Ori's gonna like restore light to the land and stuff and purify everything, the mom's gonna die, but also more importantly, her children are gonna die. So when Ori, the hero, the thing you play as, succeeds and like spreads light throughout the land, the mother, she rushes to her nest and she shields her babies from the incoming wave of light to like try to save them. And it's really sad. And then you discover that one egg survived, and then you become best friends in the next game. But oh my goodness, yeah.
So are we the bad guys in Ori?
Yeah, this is why
kind of
this is why I haven't played Ori, because it's just gonna make me feel bad.
It's like that's how you empathize with the villain. She's just a mom like protecting her kids because your goals are gonna end up killing them. Woof. Yeah, it did make me feel some ways when I first played it. And then the second mom or moms I want to shout out is every mom in every Pokemon game, because she just lets you travel across the land unsupervised with a bunch of monsters that are capable of mass destruction. And you drop, and whenever you want, you just drop by at home, and she'll give you a nice meal and a warm bed, and you heal up, and you're ready to go in the morning.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mrs. Ketchum, or she doesn't exist in the games, but every mom in every game ever. Where would they be without you? She even gives you running shoes in some of them.
Ooh.
Without that, you'd be slow as hell.
I also want to shout out Freya from God of War. she's like fucking nuts. She goes nuts trying to protect her
Yeah,
her kid, Balder. Yeah, she goes ballistic to the ends of the earth to protect her children.
Now she's hunting us.
Yeah. What? God damn it, Sony! Just come out and tell us when the game's gonna come out. Son of a bitch.
Not this year.
It's coming.
It's coming.
They
this year.
promise. They
Yeah,
promise
they keep reiterating that it's coming out this year. So they're just waiting.
Just waiting.
Just like, somehow Starfield's gonna come out this year. I don't believe that one.
Nah, that's been cooking for a while. Yeah. And they're not gonna miss the anniversary. They're gonna make it work.
They could. I mean, it'll come out. It'll probably just be like borderline unplayable, like all other Bethesda games you launch.
God.
I hope it's not. I hope it's good. I'm looking forward to it either way. So,
Eric, do you have any other moms you want to talk about?
Sure do. These are Metal Gear now, which is cool. So first one, we got the boss from Metal Gear Solid 3. Because if you didn't know, she was the mother of Ocelot. If you didn't know that now, I'll tell you that now. It's a big spoiler, kind of, but... But
I didn't know.
I'm fine with it. Trust me.
Yeah, I'm probably never gonna play those games.
Good games. You should play them. But anyways, but she's also basically like the mentor of Naked Snake, who would go on to become Big Boss, which is like a very important figure in the fucking Metal Gear franchise, because Solid Snake is a clone of Big Boss, and so like without Big Boss, there will be no Snake, and without the boss, there will be no Big Boss.
These characters, man.
Hey,
I know people like them, but I won't.
Metal Gear is a wild ride.
The naming convention is worse than fucking Xbox.
Hey man, let me tell you, there's Solid Snake, there's Liquid Snake, and then there's Solidus Snake.
Of course there is. Of course there's. Where's Gaseous Snake? Where's that man? Where's that guy at?
All the states.
All the snakes. But yeah, shout out to her, but also shout out to Eva, who is, I guess, the biological mother of of Solid Snake and Liquid Snake, because even though they're clones, she's like the surrogate mother of them. So shout out to her as well. She's also Metal Gear Solid 3.
I'd also like to shout out the mom from Fallout 4, because either you play as her and you go on a revenge tour around the Commonwealth trying to find your kid, or if you play as the dude, you immediately get murdered like 5 minutes into the game, but you're like holding on to your baby. You're not letting them take your baby. My son, not my son. Dead. So, it's a pretty good mother. And her name's Nora if you don't play as her.
Yes.
If you play as her, it's whatever you want. It can be freaking Jellyfish 42 for all I care.
Jellyfish 42.
Yeah, I don't know. And then the last one I had was Joyce from Life is Strange. She is Chloe's mom. Have either of you played Life is Strange?
No, but I feel like we've been looking at the same list, because a lot of these characters on these lists are all characters we mentioned.
Oh, I'm looking at my own list.
Yeah, I've been original. I'm not looking at it.
I was looking at a list to see like, okay, who's the good one that I know?
Oh no, Joyce.
Because
she's Chloe's mom from Life is Strange. Chloe's dad dies in like a car
Spoilers.
accident
No, I'm
when
just
she's
kidding.
really young, and so then it's obviously left to Joyce to raise her alone. Joyce does end up getting married to this douchebag Frank, who's kind of like a mini antagonist of Life is Strange. He is kind of the reason that Chloe's like rebellious and all that in her super like rebellious stage. A lot of it's driven from not having a father figure, and then this guy steps in and he's kind of a dick. He's like I think he's the maintenance guy or something at the school. He's like a former he's like a veteran and stuff. And so Joyce, she's dealing with all this, dealing with a teenage daughter, having to raise her by her spot. But well, her dad doesn't die like when she's like a baby, so like she still had a dad until she was probably like, I don't know, 10 maybe. But still, like raising a teenage daughter by yourself, not easy. So Joyce, really good mom, and she owns a diner in Acadia Bay. And she makes really good pancakes. So she's a pretty good mom.
As my final addition to the list, I will mention, I forget her name, but the female character in Resident Evil 7, who you, Ethan, are like chasing after pretty much the entire time. Have you guys finished 7?
Nope.
I've never played Resident Evil.
I'm too scared to
God,
play
no.
Resident Evil most of the time. I've only
Okay.
played 2 remake.
Well, have you guys at least seen the beginning where she pretty much comes after you with the chainsaw and stuff? Not even? Damn. Okay, well, she gets pretty freaky, like Exorcist level freaky. Like she's coming
it's
at you
Resident
all
Evil.
possessed and stuff. And you feel like she's like a monster now, and she's like unredeemable, but she's being tormented by this this bioweapon, this little girl who's pretty much the cause of the outbreak, not of the mold in Resident Evil 7. Anyway, she works for Umbrella, and she like part of this giant secret operation, and she tries to like do some good, but honestly she makes some pretty bad decisions. And you know what, maybe you shouldn't be saving her, because on some level, like she did work for Umbrella, and she knew they were doing some really awful stuff, because Umbrella, like they're the bad guys of every Resident Evil game. But she suffers a lot. She gets stabbed, she gets shot, but she makes it out okay in the end. So shout out to her. Okay, do we have anything else before we sign off?
I did just think of one more.
Okay, go for it.
One, Cassandra from Assassin's Creed Odyssey, she ends up having a baby.
She does?
Yeah, in the DLC, it's wild, man.
I guess she has to. Yeah.
But you don't really get to see her be a mother very much, but she's a strong, independent woman. She's a good mother.
Yeah, does that always translate to being a good mother?
Yep. In this case, it does. But no, also Cassandra's mom, because she she does it. I was gonna say she bones Pythagoras, but
Nice.
Because I don't know have you guys played like the main game of Assassin's Creed Odyssey?
Nah.
Played.
Oh, okay.
I've played it.
Huh?
I played it, but I never finished it.
Okay, so the whole thing is that Cassandra is like a demigod, and she is the child of Pythagoras. Yes, the Pythagoras of Pythagoras' theorem.
Yeah.
Like Pythagoras is like trapped in Atlantis, like protecting, like shielding it from the outside. It's so wild. You get his staff and shit, but he's your dad. He's your dad.
He's a god?
Essentially, yeah. He's like. Well, in Assassin's Creed, like the gods are not really gods. They're
the
like
ancient ones or whatever.
Yeah, they're like the ancient ones. So like Pythagoras is like an ancient one somehow, I guess. It's so wild.
Wow, okay.
I can't even remember if Cassandra's mom is actually like her birth mom, or if she was just born of like
What, immaculate conception?
of
Jesus?
nothingness or something. Yeah, I don't know. I can't even remember how that works. If like she actually mated with with fucking
She got game.
old yeah, with Pythagoras. Which wouldn't make sense. I don't know. I can't remember exactly how that all works. But either way, she's a great mom, because if she adopted this child, tried to give her a normal life, keep her away from the whole life of being a fucking demigod, essentially. Obviously doesn't work out in the end. But she helps you throughout the game. She's a good mom. She's a good mom.
Excellent. Now, I'm glad we all shared our favorite video game moms.
Whoa,
in
whoa! You never asked me for my last ones.
Eric still has more. Okay. What do you think?
Sam, did you play Witcher 3? I'm surprised you didn't say Yennefer, because apparently, like, she's a good mom from this list I'm reading.
Yeah,
Like
I guess I
like
didn't think of her.
Adoptive mom or whatever.
Yeah, in the same way that Geralt's a good father, I suppose that Yennefer is going to the ends of the world to find Ciri. So, I can see it.
Okay, let me shout out 2 quick ones. One, Cooking Mama. Like, come on, it's in her name, Mama. Cooking Mama.
I don't ever see her with the child, but okay.
I mean, she's a mom. No, why if they call her Cooking Mama? You know what I mean?
Okay.
But
Nope.
she cooks.
She cooks,
for
yeah.
children that aren't her own. I don't know.
And last but not least, you can't forget the best mom ever, Sora's mom. in
Oh
Kingdom
yeah,
Hearts
Sora's
1.
mom. She's
Has
like one line.
One line and never appears in the game ever again.
You never actually see her.
Nope. All she says is, Sora's dinner's ready.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And then it pans to Sora's bedroom, and Sora's fucking out the window going to fight darkness, baby. And you never see Sora's mom again. Who knows? She's probably fucking dead. Although
Jesus.
I guess Destiny Islands is restored by the end of.
Yeah. She just forgets about him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's whatever.
So shout out to Sora's mom.
When, you know what? We need Sora's mom in Smash.
Anyways, yeah. Thanks for joining us for our Mother's Day episode, where we talk about all our favorite video game moms. Be sure to follow us on TikTok and Spotify and Twitter, and where you can catch up with all our content. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on our podcast feeds to watch and listen to our podcast, where it's posted every Tuesday. Until then, I've been your host, Gaff, with Eric and Sam. See you. Goodbye. Happy Mother's Day.